asking for it, commenting it down on the video. So, yeah. This is going to be part 2 to what if Deku had the puppeteer powers. Sorry for not uploading, and yeah, let's get straight into this. Like I said, Deku, when we left off, Deku killed Ida and Bleacher and everybody else. And he was making a team. And quite a lot of people know about him, but it's like been a couple years, so a couple people forgot about him. So, yeah. Now we'll go to Deku. Deku was really just, he was just going around the city looking for people. Then also he was and when he got home and everything, he researched people for a couple years. Then eventually he found somebody, and that person was their quirk was basically they could stop not they could stop time. They could not control people's blood or anything, but should I say this? Basically, they could use their hair. They could basically yeah, they could control paper and everything. Yeah, they could control paper and manipulate paper and summon paper, like Conan from Naruto. And yeah, Deku found him. Deku said that he wanted. I'm making it her. I mean she. Deku said that he wanted her to join him. She said no. So then they began fighting. She started using paper. She started making paper bombs, paper swords and knives and everything. Deku easily dodged these. He just used his strings to cut them whenever they got close to him. And they kept fighting and fighting for like an hour or so. She got tired. Deku didn't get that. Deku really wasn't tired, but he did have quite a lot of her blood over him because yeah. So yeah, Deku said that he'll give her one more chance before. Actually no, yeah. They kept fighting everything. Deku heard Deku was fighting. Deku actually. By the way, I'm pretty sure I forgot to mention this, but when Deku killed when he killed the heroes and everything, he will actually revive some of them and made them his puppets. So yeah, some of the heroes were attacking. Also, he also made Ida and Bakugo come back to life with the strings, and so he made them start attacking her. And each time they kept using different moves and everything. Deku was starting to adapt to her, and she was slowly she was really very slowly starting to adapt to his moves. But by this point, Deku already knew all her moves, except for one, which she was planning to do a secret attack with. She used this big paper bomb, which Deku didn't notice because he was too busy controlling the puppets. And the puppets gets destroyed by it because Deku wasn't paying attention to it. So they died. Then it was him versus her. Deku started using his strings kind of control her, but she kept using paper shields and walls to block it. And then Deku started to get annoyed. So his eyes started to go even more goldish. Gold. And his teeth started to go even more gold. And he started to smile because he was starting to get really intrigued by this. So they started fighting everything. Deku was right when he was about to kill her, because he was starting to get tired of her. She used this big paper bomb that was the equivalent to about a Chibaku, not Chibaku Tensei, my bad. About to the same size of a bijou bomb. So it destroyed the whole, not country. Pretty sure Japan's bigger than that. Basically, it destroyed the whole city and everything around them. Deku barely dodged it, but however, it did take off half his arm. So what he did was he basically. I see that some parts of heroes Bakugo and Ida were left. So, by the way, his whole left side was off. So he was wearing this outfit while they were fighting. But yeah, his whole left side was basically off, and she was about to kill him. But Deku hurried up, put Bakugo's arm on him, and he put Ida's leg on him. So as soon as that happened, he went for a surprise attack, kicked her, sent her flying back, and right when he was about to use a big explosion, he realized, we'll say that he thought it was a dude this whole time because she had a hood over her face. So when he went for a big explosion, she didn't have that much time left, so she just used this like mediocre paper, like not reinforced, like the walls she was using whereas earlier were reinforced, but no, this one wasn't because she was mostly depleted, so it came off of her face, and Deku thought she was pretty good looking, so he decided not to kill her, and he told her one more time to join him. And she said reluctantly, even though she didn't want to, but she knew she would die if she didn't. She said yeah, and she was planning to basically, how should I say this? Basically, like but she told him whenever he got weak in a weakened state or anything, she would plan to kill him. Deku didn't mind this or anything. Then they started to basically team together and everything. Actually, yeah, they started to team together and everything, and yeah, they started killing people. Started killing heroes. Deku started to learn teach her a couple of her techniques, like things she could use for like other ways to use her paper, like for example, like making like paper armor, basically turn her body into paper, or like basically that one move Conan used up against Obito, basically like where she like kind of she like split not split the earth, but like she split that one part and split the water in half and turned it all into paper, and Obito was about to get trapped in there if he didn't use Izanami. So yeah, basically like that. And yeah, also say that Deku kind of started to like her, but say that she also started to like him, but she liked him more than he liked her. And I say that Deku really didn't notice because he was too busy like planning and everything. And right before they was about to go recruit another person. By the way, her name is Soika. I know that's a weird name, but you know, it's some fucking what the hell? Yeah, it's some Dr. Stone, Soika, from Ishinami Village. Anyway, oh fuck. Anyway, so yeah, her name's Soika and everything. Well, yeah, that's what she told him. Her name was, and he told her that his name is Suzuki Midoriya. But now he really just goes. We'll say that they also like interrogated his mom and thought she was like lying and everything. So he killed her. Actually, no. Yeah, so they killed his mom because she wasn't answering, and he thought that she kept lying and everything. So Deku got really pissed by this. So he killed the people that interrogated her and killed her, and he made them have a very slow death. I'm gonna say one of their names was like Mike. The person who interrogated her, his name was Mike, and the person who executed her, and the people who watched her execute her were Mitsuki, and she was kind of laughing, but then again she was kind of fucked up in the head because Bakugo died. Actually, I think I said Bakugo died, right? I think I did. Yeah, Bakugo actually survived. I thought he just died. It's just that he doesn't have an arm because from that paper explosion. Because let's say that since that happened, how can I say this? Basically, Deku thought he was dead, but it turns out that he actually wasn't dead. So yeah, Bakugo and Ida are alive, but they both have one missing body part. And so they both started to hate Deku and pledged to find him and get revenge. Actually, no, Ida was still dead. I literally said that he died. Anyway. Oh yeah, didn't I say All Might's dead in this one? Nah, actually, if I said All Might's dead, he's not dead. Anyway, yeah, they started to go recruit another person, and this person is actually Stain. So they go to recruit Stain and everything. And Deku says that he wants to kill fake heroes, like Stain. So, Stain, with a little bit of reluctance, he says sure, but he says that he wants to be the leader. Since he's older, Deku says, no, I'm smarter and stronger than you. Then, he says, fine, prove it. So, Deku tells, no, if you want to fight me, you have to defeat Soika. So, Soika comes out of, with this paper that he had on him. He threw the paper at Stain, and all of a sudden, you just saw this big explosion. And basically, Soika was basically the paper. Like I said, she could turn herself into paper. She was the paper, and she basically decided to blow like a couple pieces. She had a couple pieces of the paper on her. So she made a big explosion. Sting didn't predict this, even though he's a battle tactician. He didn't predict this, or he didn't know this would happen. He was very surprised, so he got caught off guard. And see that he was pretty shocked. So some of his weapons came off. So he only had two. He only had his He only had one. He only had one knife left. So he knew this was bad. But instead, Soika actually covered up the weapons with paper and destroyed them because she was using because the paper that covered them was actually a paper bomb or paper C4. So they started fighting and everything. Soika was pretty impressed how fast he was because he didn't have a speed cord, and she gets hit by him. But she gets hit by him, and she's not able to move. And Deku asks why she's not moving. She says that she can't. So Deku used his strings on her and started to control her. And then after 5 minutes, he stopped controlling her. She was good then. And yeah, she started using paper bombs, paper knives, paper everything. Stain was barely dodging them, but he actually got hit by one. And let's say that these paper knives really weren't normal. And as soon as it hit Stain, as soon as it sliced Stain's cheek, it actually as soon as it slashed Stain's cheek, this big explosion happened, which sent him flying, knocking him out. And then Deku said, "I win." So then he went to go pick a Stain up, and he took him back to his apartment, him and Soika's apartment. Because let's say that Soika, they're not dating, but they thought they might as well both live in one place. Let's say that this place it's actually an apartment that Deku made. He made some of his puppets make it. Basically, it looks like a normal high rise. It looks like a normal house, but basically, how do I put this? Whenever you go downstairs, it's nothing. It's just normal. There's a game set up and everything, and there's no secret thing or anything. The only way to activate it is for Deku. For Deku's eyes, and nobody they know Deku specifically made them design it so that it only opens with his eyes. No picture, no nothing. It has to be him. Not even a clone of him would work. Not no doll, no puppet, nothing. Nothing. It literally has to be him, or it could be his son, but he doesn't have one because he's only fucking 19. He's 19 in this one. By the way, Soika, actually no, he's only 17 in this one, and Soika's about I'm gonna say Soka's 20. Nah, Soka's 19. So yeah, he takes Stain there. He opens the base, and all you see is basically, how should I put this? This base actually goes. It goes. It's like a really big fucking base. And basically it's underground, and it goes. My bad. Sorry about that. It goes around the whole city. There's like plan. There's not plans because Deku knows that they could, because they might be spies or something. So he makes sure that he doesn't trust anybody except for himself. So yeah. Yeah, basically this base goes around the whole city. There's some plans, like mostly like only some little ones, like meet the Legion, meet the leader of the Legion, meet I forgot Overhaul's name. Meet Overhaul and everything, and yeah. And like when Stain woke up, he was in the bed. So he was wondering where he is. Is he at the hospital? Where is he? And he woke up and he says, "Oh, Deku said, oh, you're right." And Deku told him to put this on. So Stain got changed. Stain asked where he was. Deku said, you're in my house. Yeah, you're at our base." So Stain got up. He started to get dressed and everything. And Deku gave him a tour. First, he gave him a tour of where where the gadgets were and stuff were made, like where weapons and stuff were made. By the way, Deku had he had like his puppets. He made his puppets basically his minions. They made them like make stuff for him. He showed him their he actually made during the time. See, the Stain got the explosion was he was so shocked by that explosion. The explosion was so powerful. Ooh, my neck. That he was actually knocked out for like 2 days. So Deku basically made him a dorm. That also had like a training. Deku also had the training facility. I mean, he had like some training grades and everything for him. He also made Stain's room pretty spacious. But he didn't. Deku showed him his room and everything. He showed him everything else, the kitchen, everything else. Then he showed him the training facility, and Deku said that if you want to get out of, if you want to join us, you want to kill all fake heroes, complete this facility, and if you fail, I will kill you. I will kill you. Let's say Stain was actually younger in this one. I think he was like in his. I think Stain was in like his 20s or 30s. I think he's in his 30s. I'm not sure though. Yeah, Stain's about like 24 in this one. So Stain does, and Deku was really shocked about how he was a little bit shocked how fast he was. And yeah, Stain basically this training facility had all types of traps and everything, and like the traps like updated. It updated every second. If you dodge a trap, basically how should I put this? Basically each time you use it, it updates to basically like combat what you were doing. So it gets harder and harder every single day, to the point where it's basically impossible. So yeah, Stain basically jumps on like these little, not tower things, but like on these platforms. As soon as he jumps on it, it starts to fall down. So he realizes it starting to fall down. He tries to grab his knife, but then he remembers that he doesn't have his knife on him anymore. So he yells and says "fuck," but then he realizes I might be able. Then he uses bloodlust binding to basically it's so powerful that Deku feels it. He feels it, but he's not shocked by this. Soika is pretty impressed by this, and yeah, he uses this bloodless binding to basically on a rock. It like cracks it. It cracks it to like it makes like this little crater in it. Nothing too much though. And he jumps onto another one. I mean the one that he was playing on a different one. He jumped on it. He hurried up, climbed. He kept jumping to other ones to get on top of the platform. And as soon as he got onto the platform, all you saw was this big hammer. So he said, "Fuck." He immediately tried to jump to the other one. Then he got hit by the hammer. The hammer sent him flying multiple platforms back, and these platforms were slowly starting to fall. So he had to hurry up and do this. So he kept doing it and doing it. Meanwhile, he was getting shot at by arrows and everything. And by the time he got, and like an hour finished, and like after an hour he finished it, and he was covered in blood. He had arrows, bullets in him, and Deku started to laugh and said that, "Wow, you're weak." And wow, that's pretty impressive. And Stain passed out. He said, "Fuck you," then he passed out. So Deku took him back to the infirmary. He took him to it. Deku, he lost quite a lot of blood from getting shot and everything. So Deku, basically used his strings to manipulate his cells and heal him. I never realized that those are markers right there on the picture. I really just realized that. Huh. Anyway, let's zoom in more. Yeah, that's better. No, there's another string. How should I do this? Yeah, that should be good. Anyway, yeah. He woke up a couple days later, and Deku was actually making breakfast, and Soika was really happy because he was making breakfast. Let's see that she's already been from like a month ago. I mean, like a couple months ago. So she knows a lot of things about him and what his quirk is and everything, and she was really surprised by it. But yeah, and she knows basically his backstory. So yeah, Stain woke up and everything. Deku was making breakfast. He throws some. He throws a. I forgot what is it called? An omelet risotto at Stain, which had ketchup on it, just for Deku to be a dick. I mean, he put blood on it that looked like ketchup. So Stain, I mean, he also made it like smell like ketchup. So Stain knew it was ketchup, but he knew it was ketchup. So he actually likes ketchup. Deku actually found this out about him. Yeah. He ate it, and he tasted the blood, and it was thick and thick and tasted like iron. So he started to yell and started to like spit it out and everything. And Deku said, that's what you get." And so Satan said, "Fuck you," and started to chase Deku. But Deku just ran away from him and everything, and he actually used the string on him to make him sit down. Then he made him a different one that actually had ketchup on him. Stain didn't believe him, but Deku actually used the string, and he forcefully fed a piece of it to him to Stain. So Stain actually believed him, and yeah, Stain ate it. And by this happened, Deku didn't do anything to Suika. So yeah, let's say that Deku actually had a meeting today, and yeah, the meeting was basically with Overhaul, because Overhaul wanted to actually meet Deku because he was getting quite a lot of fame, and he's getting quite a lot of fame. So Deku took Stain. He took Stain and some of his minions with him. Let's say that one of his minions actually had a quirk, basically they're earthbender. That's how I'll say it. And basically 4 of them had telekinesis quirks. Yeah, 4. Actually, no. 3 of them had telekinesis quirks. And the other 3 had basically quirks were basically and the other ones were like basically used for battle. And so yeah, Deku took them there, but he also took another one, which I'll be talking to you, which I'll say what his abilities are, what his abilities are later. I mean, her abilities are later. So, Deku has basically 9 people with him. He takes them, and all for one, but he makes them hide outside. So all for one senses this, and he senses how powerful they are and everything. And like it would take like all 8 of them to defeat Stain, and he'd take all 8 of his precepts of death to basically how should I put this? I think all his 8 precepts of death to defeat Stain and Soika. So he wanted to make sure that he doesn't piss Deku off, because he knows how powerful Deku is too. I don't say that All For One actually told Overhaul about Deku and how powerful he was, and that he has a really powerful quirk, so not to mess with him. So Overhaul was really intrigued by this, but he chose to keep his cool. Deku met him, and Deku asked where the package was, and Deku gave him what he wanted, which basically was the minion. Which basically was a minion. Not basically Deku got these. How should I put this? Basically these bullets that, not bullets. Basically these weapons that had not like a paralysis or something. Like right as soon as like you cut somebody, like use the weapons on somebody, basically they pass out. So yeah, Deku got this, and Overhaul asked, "Where's his at?" Asked where's the payment? So Deku gives him a Deku gives him one of his minions. Not one of his minions. Deku gives him like 1 million yen. I gives him not 1 million yen. Basically, Deku gives him like a billion. Like gives him 2.5 billion yen. And Overhaul. Oh. So then Deku starts to leave, but then on his way out he sees a little girl. That one I heard little girl in a trailer, I think. I don't know what her name is, but but before he leaves, he looks at Overhaul. He looks at Overhaul, and Overhaul. Before he leaves, he turns back and looks at Overhaul, and the precepts are death. Yeah, the 8 precepts of death are ready to attack him. And he says, "Why is there a little girl here?" And Overhaul in his mind says, "Damn it," and says, "I should have hit her." And he said that she's for a plan. So Deku says, "What plan?" And Overhaul doesn't want to, but Overhaul doesn't really want to. How should I put this? He doesn't want to tell him, but he doesn't. He ends up not telling Deku. So Deku starts to get pissed by this. So he controls his. He uses his strings, which Overhaul starts to back up. But Overhaul realizes that they weren't aimed for him. They were aimed for something else, and that he realizes they were aimed for his 8 precepts of death. I'm gonna say that his 8 precepts of death were only about 25% of only like half of Overhaul's power. That they were like the team. They were only like 63% of Overhaul's full power. If he was to go all out. So he said shit, and Deku started to attack him and everything. Overhaul was easily defeating them with like 70%. And Deku realized, what if I add some of my minions? So he added some of his minions with the telekinesis quirks. So they started to make themselves fly. Started to attack Overhaul. And Overhaul was getting really overwhelmed. And this is when he made Soika come. And Soika basically threw this paper bomb at him. Threw this paper at him. Deku threw this paper at him, and he was wondering what it was. I said, "Oh, by the way, everybody knows that's who Soika is, but nobody actually knows what her quirk is because they just see her fight. So they thought maybe she has a speed quirk or something. So yeah. So Deku throws at her, and it's actually Sorka. You throw the paper at her, and it's actually Sorka. So Sorka hurries up, throws like 50, 50 pieces of paper, and they all explode off Overhaul, sending him flying out of the building. The building is getting destroyed. Deku, I think her name is Ruby, the little girl. Deku makes Stan go get Ruby and take her back to the base. So that happens. Overhaul tries to retreat, but but so that Stan actually taught Deku how to like use a knife and everything. So Deku's about as skilled as that one dude in fuck, what the hell is his name? I forgot what it's called, but he went up against the dude with like super strength. The dude and the dude was like throwing things. Sometimes like whatchamacallit machines at him and stuff. Forgot what his name was. Anyway, Deku's about as skilled as him. By the way, that person went up against a fucking person with a fucking katana. So yeah. Anyway, yeah. So Deku actually threw it at him. Overhaul caught it, and Overhaul destroyed it. And Overhaul destroyed it, and the paper bombs, yeah. And he was almost passed out from the paper bombs, and he tried to retreat, but as soon as that happened, Deku threw the knife at him, and Overhaul got stabbed right in his heart. So yeah. Yeah, Overhaul passed out from blood loss. Overhaul passed out from the shock. And Deku took him back to his base. He basically used his strings to basically not manipulate, but basically he manipulated his senses so that he could sense things. So yeah. But actually no, he just left Overhaul there. And Overhaul made it some new. So Overhaul is not a threat. And yeah, they took Uri back. They went back home and everything. Now, my toe. My toes. Ooh, that was bad. That was a bad one. Anyway, let's go to Bakugo, mate. So, Bakugo was in the in the hospital, and they actually gave him God. Oh yeah, by the way, let me post more. I'm not probably only gonna be able to post like during Monday through Friday. Probably gonna be able to post like only like 2 times a day. Cause like I'm really busy. So I have school, and I get up like fucking 3. So yeah, I get back at 3. So yeah, it's gonna be less videos. Sorry about that. And yeah, so I'm gonna have to post like quite a lot of videos on Saturday and Sunday. So yeah, prepare for that. Oh yeah, let's go back to the story. Bakugo was in the hospital and everything, and he had a new body part. I said this body part actually. By the way, if you get like if you get like a different person's body part or something, you get their quirk. So Bakugo got All Might's, not All Might's. He got so that he got Todoroki's arm, because they could kill Todoroki too, and never. But All Might's still alive. So yeah, he got Todoroki's quirk, but he only got Todoroki's ice. So yeah. Actually, yeah, he got Todoroki's ice. So now he has explosions and ice. And he starts to, and years pass. He's about 17. Deku's still at 7. And years pass and everything. Deku's 17. And when Deku's 17. He graduates and everything. He becomes a pro hero. He's about rank 52. Yeah, he's a 52 hero. Actually, no, who's the 1231st hero. Yeah, and he slowly starts to get higher and higher and everything. So, yeah. and he's looking for Deku at this point and everything, but he hasn't found Deku. So he starts to go. So one day, Stain was actually going out to go get some food. So going out to go shopping, and Bakugo saw Stain. So Bakugo tried to attack Stain. He used his ice. Stain dodged this with ease. He kicked Bakugo. He instantly went in front of Bakugo like he teleported. He kicked Bakugo. Bakugo went flying into a different wall, and everybody like, what? It's a feeling fighting a hero, and you see that's Bakugo, the number 2000, 1000, and whatever. Like Bakugo 1000 something hero. So that there's no way he could like, and they know his quirk, so they start cheering for him. Like, oh yeah, beat that villain scum. So Stain starts to like toy with Bakugo, and Bakugo's getting pissed and everything. So he starts to use his eyes, and Stain's dodging this with ease. But when Stain goes to dodge, Bakugo uses explosion, and Stain notices this, so he uses bloodless binding on Bakugo. Bakugo Bakugo was even more angry. So yeah, Bakugo got affected by this. And he starts to like go on him. He fell to the ground like a lot of gravity was hitting him. Like just like 10 times or something gravity. So yeah. What was I about to say? Alright, like 10 times gravity. So like 10 times gravity or something. So yeah. Stain starts to just like stab him, like put some knife and put some of his katanas inside of like stabbing Bakugo and everything. And Bakugo used this chance to use Todoroki's eyes and freeze Stain's leg. Then he went to go use a big explosion on Stain, but Stain used his other foot to kick the ice. The ice broke. At this point, basically the ice were so like his whole foot was frozen, so he kicked the ice and like a lot of ice came out of him. So actually no, his whole body was frozen. So Bakugo was bragging and everything, and he then used bloodless binding again to break the ice. And yeah, Stain broke the ice, and he started to like kick Bakugo and everything. Bakugo started to say shit, and like some of the other Polaros came. And Endeavor came, and he starts like Endeavor started to came. She thought he used his fire on the Stain, so that Stain knew he had to retreat. And when Stain retreated into the back alley and went for the building, he got met by Bakugo, and he got met by All Might, who used a Carolina Smash, and sent Stain flying up in the air. So Stain was like, "What? Why is All Might attacking me?" And everything. I'm sorry about that. It gets stuck in my throat and my nose, which is really annoying. Anyway, so Stain almost passed out by this, but Stain passed by like this. So let's say that Soika actually went with him. Let's say that he knew he started to say he's taking too long, so they sent Soika to go get him. So Soika went and she retrieved him. She basically turned him into paper, took him back, and turned him back into his normal self. So yeah, that's also another skill Soika picked up, and yeah. So a lot of people were intrigued by that he got beat by. So that Bakugo actually went up quite a lot, and he was about the 727th hero. So yeah, he started finding even more crime and everything. Months passed. He's about the number 72 hero, and Deku started to train Stain and Soika even more. He also trained himself. So yeah, they're all more powerful. And so that when that happened, after Stain woke up, he told Deku that it was a blonde hair brat. So Deku knew who this was, and he immediately started to get pissed because it was Bakugo. Deku's eyes started to go a really gold nobody ever knew. His minions, Deku wasn't in control of the minions anymore. The string stopped and his minions were surprised. But Deku only did this on certain occasions. And like gold starts to go around the whole room. And everybody was wondering what the hell is he doing. Then gold starts to go outside of the building. And everybody was even wondering more. So they start to go on the news and everything. The whole neighborhood, and to the point where the whole neighborhood was in golden. To the point, and then it went to the whole city. Then it went to near where Bakugo lives, and or near All Might lives, and ever. And this huge explosion happened. I mean, this huge light came. Basically, he basically made. Basically, it's like all these threads, so like people were wondering, is it him? So they controlled everybody, including Stain. Never saw hot. He controlled Endeavor, everything in the city. Then, but he knew, even though he was pissed, he knew not to control Soika and what you call it, Soika and Stain, and all of his minions and everything. So he closed, and after that happened, he closed his fist. His hand was open. He closed his fist, and then all you saw was thousands of people dying. All of a sudden, all this blood came out of a lot of people, and a lot of people were dying and everything. Some of their hearts were like pierced and everything. All this shit was happening. They had cuts on them. People were wondering what happened. And then Deku said, "Sorry." I just got pissed because I know who that is. And yeah. Ugh. So yeah. Anyway, that happened. Sorry for this being pretty short, but yeah, that's when I'm gonna leave this off. And yeah, see you guys in the next video. Pa, 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 pa.